What is up, everybody? It's the Brew Podcast, episode number 6. Okay.
So what we got?
Okay, we got the Alex Jones and the Tim Dillon thing today. Should we get into that, or should we talk about some shit before that?
No, let's get into it. You already brought it up, so I'm already excited. It was this was really centered around Alex Jones, but because I was going to say it was one of Tim Dillon's best episodes, but really it was because Alex Jones was there, but I think it was one of Tim Dillon's best episodes because he really stuck his neck out. He put someone who is not supposed to be on a major platform on the platform, but he took, because in the title before the episode, because when he put it up yesterday, it said Alex Jones, Tim Dillon episode number, but they changed it. They changed it to Spring in Texas or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. It was, at first it did say Alex Jones, like when it first aired, but they changed it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I noticed it because you caught it, right? Like, I think it was like 4 hours.
No, I caught it like 12 minutes right after they uploaded it.
Oh, yeah. So, like...
Not even 4 hours. It was like a
I don't know. But I know it was recent when you caught it.
Yeah.
So, when you first showed it to me, it said Alex Jones in the title. But then later, when I went back to it, he took it out. But that's probably on purpose, because if anything says Alex Jones in the title, they're going to probably just take it down. So, if it just says his normal thing, a normal title, Tim Dillon, hopefully it flies under the radar, because it was a great episode. Did you watch some of it?
I watched the whole thing.
So, oh, you did? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I thought you only got through like half of it.
No. I watched the whole thing, and I liked it. There was a lot of information in there, and then they talked about the fact that they always cherry pick the stuff you see. Like, you didn't see the thing about, like, I never saw the thing about Alex Jones saying that he's not gonna go there. He was on the big
he was trying to tell everybody to stay peaceful.
Yeah, and then we're not Antifa.
To not go barge in, to not go in and storm the Capitol. He was just saying we should march surrounding peacefully to make a point. But, obviously it was something that wasn't just the people, because they went into crazy facts where it's coming out that the FBI cooperated basically the whole operation with the CIA. But he just kept saying mostly, like, a lot of it is coming out mostly being pinned on the FBI for now. But it's just, it's not any news to me. Like,
Did you know, like, the FBI and all these things were just called different names, too, before that? That's why they always call them alphabet boys, like...
Yeah, they always change. They're always assuming different identities. This is something, like, since I think I really started getting into stuff, but not publicly or like telling anybody like around me, was like high school. But I would just keep it to myself, because I was like, there's no point. People are kind of like, don't even believe half the shit that is probably true. And then now years later it's true. And now people, but even now people
what was something back then you thought that wasn't true?
No, it's not that I knew that the government, like CIA and FBI operatives, there's always some sort of project that goes on that it's really against the people in a way, or there's certain riots or situations that are amped up by organized militant groups that a regular civilian like you and I are not going to be able to pull off, because we don't have the connects, we don't have the armed weapons, we don't have the technology even that they use.
That's what it's been a long history of the feds going into a lot of movements, and somebody will start saying some violent stuff like, let's go in there and beat everybody up and do this. And people don't realize, like, that's a Fed.
Yeah.
That was sent there as a agent provocateur.
Because you can tell the difference. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people in normal society that are just loony. There's something not right with them. And they will amp things up. But you can tell the difference between someone who's not right in the head saying this and someone who has training saying it. It's completely... The confidence behind it is two different things.
And sometimes they be a little too tactically dressed.
Yes.
Like, they'll come out with the boots on and shit. It's like, bro, it's a little sus. Like,
they don't even know how to...
people forget, like, a lot of things have been, like, graffiti, all kinds of stuff been infiltrated by people.
Yeah.
And it's been things like that give it away. Like, they wore the different boots or something, and then you're like, nah, just something doesn't feel right about this guy.
You can tell, because the thing is, once a Fed goes through their training, his or her training, it's hard for them to even assimilate back into just a normal Joe Schmo. It's hard because what you do when you enter any of these organized groups is they literally
Well, I
go
feel like-
you
I
go
feel
through
like-
an initiation in a way where they
No,
strip
but
you.
I feel like all the good ones that could probably play it off and all that, they're on like long-term missions.
yeah.
They're like somewhere else. They're not like, oh, get this.
They're not
parade.
like January 6th, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta
They're
probably
somewhere
infiltrate longer and get to know the people.
Yeah.
So then they'll dress accordingly and
Right,
shit like
they're
that.
a little bit
This
more-
is like they got dude that. It seemed like they be giving these missions out to dudes that's just like, yo, Monday you're gonna go, and then Monday dude calls out, so they gotta substitute it with some other guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's literally what it seems like almost. It's really bizarre, but yeah, it was such a good episode. I hope YouTube doesn't remove it because we all know.
Well, no, you
how-
saw the thing where like they talked about where the YouTube is probably gonna get rid of it,
Yeah.
but probably not.
I hope not,
But
because they still did it in a way where it was very.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
but I mean, it's all about other people wanted to advertise and stuff like that, I guess, for
Right.
YouTube, right? And they also talked about the leader, the guy with
Chewing on.
the guy with the big
Oh,
orange
the
hat,
goat head?
yeah, the guy, he's like schizophrenic and an old
You see-
veteran, and then they had let him go from the army because of his problem,
Mm-hmm.
and which is a thing like where they're getting like I said this before with the guy who got caught on the train with fireworks and he let off fireworks and stuff in the train.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yes,
Story
I
like during
remember.
COVID.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, they'll get these crazy people and then they'll brainwash them into going do something,
so-
and then they go do it, and then they're like, yo, blow up this building and we'll give you a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and they're like, okay, and then they go
It's
for
so
that.
evil. I mean, just so conniving, so evil, so
Yeah.
disgusting. Like, because they prey on the weakest ones and they exploit them and just. I
I guess like they
like,
figured like that's probably easiest way than going like MK Ultra route.
Yeah, but it's fucking sick. It's so.
Because they
sick.
have the MK Ultra people, I feel like they got them in like chambers, like sleeping.
Probably
and then
do.
It's like X-Men, your mission is here. And they do
probably
their mission
do.
and then they just kill themselves. They always off themselves at the end of it.
It's so sick. It's so disgusting and sickening. I mean, it's so sick.
What did you think about the thing about the video showing that people got let into the White House by the security?
I mean, I just can't believe that people fell for that. Like, first of all, if a government official is willingly leading you to a riot, you gotta know it's a setup. I mean, how can you be that naive? You know, like it's just there's certain level of naiveness.
A little bit, no, but a little bit, and just to argue it back, you can give me an answer back to it too. But like, it's like they thought they were, doing the right thing into their country, and all right, yeah, now I kind of feel you. I feel you too.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like this is the same government, right? And the same body of officials that go up in arms the minute somebody tries to do something, anything over here. Like, you know what I mean? From another country or even foreign affairs, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, you really think if America does this to other people, they won't do it to you? Like,
yeah.
I mean, just in a different way because this is the home turf. So they have to do it in a different way where it's more psychological. So you're thinking, oh, these officials are on our side. They're actually trying to overthrow the same government. Like, that's probably what people were thinking. Why? Why would you think for 1 second that's what's going to happen? It's not. Because those people, especially if in that situation like January 6th, where they're willingly leading you to the the senator's chamber or wherever they went, you got to know that's part of it. Especially if they're cool, calm, and collected too. That's the even crazier part. If these officials are just like, hey, it's just another day.
That's the thing, right? Like, they don't want to make a big fuss about it. It's rather easier to calmly lead people into getting arrested than to aggressively beating everybody down in the White House and stuff. Because it'll make them look worse if they start beating people down and stuff in there.
Right.
So I do think a little bit of that is part of letting them in and then letting them walk around and do everything while they get all the other people out of the building.
Yeah.
And they know these people are probably like...
Didn't someone
goofy.
take a shit on Nancy Pelosi's
Yeah, that's what I
desk?
was going to get to. Like, where the people are, like, kind of goofy and...
That's crazy.
They're not all there, I feel.
No, I mean, I don't know if it's true. Did someone shit on her desk?
Maybe who gives a yeah? I mean, yeah, but she wasn't.
I heard that. I mean, I don't know. After these
probably
things
got a new
happen,
desk.
so many rumors,
Yeah.
just start popping up. So we don't even know what's true.
And then they also talked about a video where Joe Biden was saying that if we back in the day we send like planes and stuff to like fighter jets and shit to Ukraine, that's gonna mean war. And
Yeah.
now we're sending fighter jets to Ukraine.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it's almost like they tell you ahead of time, like, hey,
in a way, but
in a way.
But then also saying like, you know, what I think Alex Jones said it, where like it's almost showing that we have almost bit of a like a puppet government ish, like where you just have this like president who's not really there, and
Right,
they just,
and the strings are just being
pulled, and
Yeah.
that's the whole point, to show you like, oh, the people are that stupid. They'll make like the horse a mayor of a town, and then the people will follow the horse.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
so it's on that type
Wow.
of sense. But
incredible.
whatever.
Anyways,
We got
So-
Ty Lopez is getting sued.
is he? I thought he was
Yeah.
always already getting sued.
Nah,
He-
I don't know about before
Okay.
him getting sued, but I definitely know like he teamed up with some guy. I forgot the guy who did the video on it. Fuck. Fuck. It was some shit called Ty Lopez $120 million lawsuit or something. That
There.
video, yeah.
Dollar fraud.
Scott. Nah, what's his name?
Scott Schaefer.
Okay, Scott Schaefer. Yeah, I saw his video where he made this video on like Ty Lopez got with some guy, and they basically started like a company for people to invest
Oh, I've seen
in.
this ad.
Something I think you're gonna want to listen to.
I've seen
I
this.
consider it big news, but in a sense,
who made millions selling his dating company Zeus a few years prior. Ty and Alex, who both have expertise in running online businesses, formed Rev with the intention of buying bankrupt retail companies and turning them into online e-commerce juggernauts without all the expenses of having physical locations. The idea itself
Wow.
wasn't a bad one, but it never panned out the way they wanted. From 2019 through the entire pandemic, the Rev company bought brands such as Medell's for $1.6 million,
Wow, so they just
Steinmart for
they-
$6
they
million,
rallied up
Pier
a
1
group of
Imports for a
investors
whopping $20 million,
that invested
and undisclosed
Yeah, because
millions
I
for a
think
controlling
he
stake
said
of
like these were
bodybuilding
Ty's like holdings in these companies. What they were gonna do is like take these companies and really like make them into like e-commerce giants and stuff, so they can function without having stores, physical stores, so they can work.
They were trying to just
They're
him over, like in a
nah,
way.
nah. They were. I think Ty had bought shares in all of these companies and stuff to pretty much have
To
a bit of
run
a
them?
enough ownership to run
To
them,
say,
to see if he can. So I think that was part of the plan, where like all of this was gonna be like, oh, you invest with us, look at all these companies I got, I'm gonna bring them up, and
gotcha.
and it didn't really work. But my main thing with this was that sometimes things happen where people get lucky with what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he first started, like, oh, check out this Lamborghini, but these books, and he
Yeah.
would redirect and all of that type
Yeah.
of stuff, and he had a big wave, and he got lucky, he
Yeah.
nailed it on some shit, and he ran with it, and it went viral.
Yeah.
Everybody was messing with him. Then he had all people that would copy his moves and
Yeah.
become more like him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool and all, but if you don't really strain out and level yourself out to something more stable,
Yeah.
like this seems like a lot of ups and downs, and
Right.
you're teaming
It's
up with
turbulent,
people,
yeah.
taking in investments and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, now when you were doing it by yourself, you did great, and you got lucky, and you made it. You made your money. Now
Well,
you're
because
rich.
he was the brand. That's
Well, you
why.
made it. You're rich, but
Yeah.
you keep trying this thing again over and over.
Yeah,
and
it's like milking the cow.
yeah,
when-
and it's like
when
you
there's no
you
more
should
milk.
know, like, at some point, that the way you really made your bread wasn't like the smartest thing ever. Like you wasn't like a genius of it. You was smart about it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like what I'm saying is like, I think he overextended himself. Like he
Yeah,
probably
no, he-
just like, oh, we'll take people's
He
money,
put
we'll
all
do
his
this.
eggs in one basket, basically. He really did.
In a bullshit basket where all the business is coming out of like bullshit related stuff.
Yeah. But that's what I'm
You know,
saying.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if he had like, maybe he does still have like, he has investments in construction companies and real estate and all this and that.
Perhaps,
But more likely, what I'm saying is that if you keep running this bullshit thing about, oh, like, I'm gonna just say this, and oh, you do this and e-commerce and this, then you'll make money by my course. You made a bunch of money that way, but you can't keep winging this bullshit
Yeah,
shit
I
over and
completely
over
agree.
again. You know, that's what I feel like happened. Where
Well, it
it's such a
catches-
big lawsuit, it catches up to you. It brings you to such high riches,
To them.
and then if you didn't respect it or earn it, it'll bring you even lower.
Well,
and then
that's-
you'll sit back and think like,
That's the thing about money. People don't realize money is energy behind it. So if you don't respect, you have to at some point respect the currency, respect the effort to get there, and then figure out a way to make it more straight, make the path more straight for yourself, like in a way more stable, and turn it into a more like if I was him, I would find a way. Like I'd be like, all right, cool, I made a come up. How can I make this so much more positive and strong so that there's no way that I can be defrauded. There's no way that I commit
Yeah.
fraud. There's no like you gotta kind of just be a good guy the rest of
Yeah.
the way. Like you can't just
Yeah.
So but that's what it's tricky because a lot of those characters that get in and make their money that way, there's a certain type of personality already that is grimy. Like a lot of them are just grimy. So they don't understand the concept of if you're going to go down the dark path, somehow find your way to the light. They don't get that. They just, because all they know is how to be grimy and how to find a loophole and how to sneak their way and they're kind of like Gremlins or like the Leprechaun, the evil Leprechaun movie. They're like that almost. But very interesting. I mean,
that's why I, like you could hit good luck and you can make a lot of money, but you gotta legitimify a lot of stuff. So like just in case things fall apart, it doesn't all just come crumbling down.
Well, in a way, they probably think the good times will never end. That's their problem. That's their downfall. They feel like.
I feel like you get addicted to a lifestyle where it's a rush of bullshitting and making mad money.
Yeah, like a con artist.
Yeah, like you just get into it. Like the whole thing about somebody selling drugs is like trying to have that transaction just be done. Like a big load come in and get sold out or something. It's about that. It's sometimes like the big cartels and stuff, they have enough money to chill out. They have legal businesses, but they still love like I'm in charge. These things are still going on, this and that. It's not even about the money anymore. And
Well, because I feel like a lot of them, when they get there, they realize that they're still empty, even with the money, because what they're searching for is not in that lifestyle, unfortunately. But everyone gotta figure out their own way, I guess. And
yeah, what we got about this mom in Sweden?
So I came across this very interesting article. Well, it was like a post. Where in Sweden, the hold on, let me find it. I just had it. In Norway, moms in Norway leave their babies outside alone in freezing weather. The practice may seem strange to other countries, but it's widely accepted tradition among Nordic parents. In Denmark and other Nordic countries, it's common to let babies nap alone outdoors, even when the weather is freezing cold. And then this guy.
Norway, another group of babies left out alone in the cold.
Look, it's just a line full of strollers.
Makes them more independent. That's why so many people leave home earlier in Norway than other countries. Another day in Norway.
So
Nah, this ain't real. Check the comments. This ain't real, bro. That's too many kids just left outside unattended.
no, I think it's legit.
Bro, it's unattended.
Look, it's wonderful. It's safe to leave the whole country. You can leave your baby unattended for hours. That's the real dream. I lived in the U.S. 1 year and would feel the same way if I grew up there. I'm from Norway. I grew up sleeping like this, and I do the same with my kids now in Norway. We trust each other and have all for one for all mentality. I wish everyone could feel safe.
When my kid is your kid and your kid is my kid? Oh, hell no.
So because they're in a different country, baby don't die of hypothermia. This is sick, and babies do overnight. Let me guess, they climb out of their stroller. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta do more research.
I just don't understand why you have to leave them outside. Like, if you so tough, like if the baby's tough, you should be tough too. Why can't you just open the window in your crib and let it get cold in there?
Hold on.
This has to be a lie, bro.
It's not a lie.
Sending your child to a daycare in Stockholm, you should know that your child will most likely be put outside to nap in their stroller. That's how common this practice is.
Yo.
So remember during COVID they were feeding kids outside? Kids is pussy. Kids is not about these Sweden kids.
Yo.
I ain't gonna lie, a little part of me wants to go like shaking my head white people. But a
But
little part of me, it's like, okay, if it's been this long, like his parent and his parent and his parent.
Yeah.
Yes. But I will say this. Does Norway have a big population?
Let's see.
And how many babies die in Norway? This is not talking about this. I've never heard like Norway people being everywhere. So let's find out.
5.408 million.
Now, how many people live in New York City? No, just open another tab.
8.468
Norway.
million. 5 million to 8 million.
Norway, your snow might be different over there. But okay. So yeah,
Okay,
we already
so
got
now-
more people in New York than we have in Norway, right? So how many baby deaths in Norway?
November 20 was 1.777 deaths per 1,000
Wait,
live
what the
births.
fuck is a 1.777? Is it a good lucky number or something? Like 777 deaths? How do you have a 1.7?
It's low. It's less than it's.
Well, you gotta think about like it's gonna be low because like there's not a lot of people.
5 million is a pretty hefty number of people. It's not 8 million, but it's not 1
Okay,
million.
wait. So wait. This is mortality. What is it showing? What is
It's decreased since 1960.
the life age?
No,
The kids
like
are dying more.
deaths. No, dying less.
Mortality? Why? Because they got heaters now, or what? Like, because back
Not
in the
because
day,
they're outside more.
no, because back in the day they used to leave kids outside
Okay.
more.
When
They didn't even have strollers to leave them, and they used to just put them outside, like on the floor. It'd be just a kid, like. Wah. People got abandonment
The
issues.
tradition dates back to when the country had to battle the tuberculosis epidemic in the 20th century.
That's what I'm saying. They're
oh.
like, yo, we got TB. We don't want the kid to die. Leave him outside. I don't even know how that makes sense, but it's whatever. Like, damn, Norway.
These kids are parked in prams on busy city sidewalks and terraces, including days as cold as -4 Fahrenheit for up to 3
It's
hours.
like the kids are radioactive. You could just leave them outside and they
Bro,
just start
but I
melting
tell you,
the
like,
snow
if they
around.
survive, they're like, they build up some sort of crazy immunity.
How come? Look up how come kids don't get hyperthermic and all that over
Why
there.
don't
Norwegian babies in Norway get hypo. Nordic babies and no. Babies in cold weather, pregnancy, and babies in Scandinavian, Norway babies don't shiver. Here's why. Okay, let's see. Older children and adults shiver
No,
when
that's
they're
not- that
cold
doesn't
and
say
they
Norway.
create heat.
do babies in Norway get hypo? There we go. It's true that Norwegian, Scandinavian babies are sleeping outside in strollers in freezing temperatures. The babies have plenty of clothing and will not take any damage as long as the parent pays attention. It's very rare to see Norwegian babies become hypothermic. So apparently, they're fine.
I guess. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just from a very warm place anyway, so maybe you're just built different. I want to know if it's just built different.
I think so. When I first saw that post, I wasn't taken aback that much because I'm thinking like this is a tradition that dates back from their great grandparents, ancestors, or whatever. So it's something already in the bloodline where you're like sort of built for this.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I mean? Like, cause
You leave like I think like a brown kid outside.
no, because the makeup, the genetic makeup of your lineage is completely different. So you're built for the heat more. And
yeah,
that
that's what I'm
baby-
saying. Like I don't understand.
But Europeans usually are better suited in the cold. That's what they're used to. Gloomy weather. Like in the UK, my hair started falling out. I'm not used to not getting so much sun. My
Yeah.
hair started falling out because I'm used to New York City where we get a lot of sun, to be honest. And I really like I didn't realize how much I loved the sun until I went to the UK for 3 years. I was like, bro, my hair is falling out. I was vitamin D deficient. When I came back, my vitamin D levels were so low that I had the doctor had to prescribe me like high vitamin D pills to get it back to normal levels. And then but I'm not built for the UK. That's why I was born here and then I lived in DR, you know, so it's not in me. I'm meant to get tan and I don't get burned by the sun. I've never been like sunburned without sunscreen. Never.
Yeah,
So,
but you don't stay outside long enough to really
no,
get
but as a
sunburned.
kid, all I did was play in the sun for hours every day, every day, every day.
Yeah, but I never got sunburned as a kid too. But when I went to the beach here, it's a different amount. There's a different level of sun right at the beach.
Even
when
at
you're-
the beach, I've never gotten sunburned without sunscreen.
bro.
I've been to the beach growing up. My family would take me.
Yeah, me too. Over there, right?
No, here.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you just didn't like. I think a bit has to
I
do
will get
with-
dark.
So did you like just sit there and get a tan, lay there for a tan, and
I
and
would
then
just,
like not get sunburned? Because I feel like a bit of that laying in the sun does give you that sunburn more than anything.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
purposely-
I got my first burn here.
The only thing that would get sensitive is my nose. That's it. Other than that, that's it.
I got my first sunburn over here.
Yeah, because the sun here is different. Like the UV rays, I feel like this is a different sun. It's not the different sun, but it almost feels like a different sun. Maybe it's genetically engineered sun. And we don't even know.
Nah, I just think it's the humidity levels that magnify it. I feel like when it's drier, I feel like if it's, I don't know. But by the beach, it's pretty dry. But is it too dry? Is it not enough? I don't know. Is it too
curious
salty?
now. That's a good question.
What?
Do humidity levels affect the sun's strength?
No. Yes, it does. No. Put in. Do people in Pakistan get sunburned?
Generally, humidity has an adverse impact on the received solar radiation on the Earth's surface. The increase in humidity reduces the global solar. Humidity makes it less strong. It's saying.
I don't know anymore.
Would you say? What was your question about Pakistan?
It don't even matter.
Okay.
All right, let's
So-
finish this up. We got the new virus popping out.
Oh yeah. So okay. So let me just reference the post that I saved. So there's people are going back and forth with all right, whatever. So scientists have revived zombie virus. It's called the zombie virus. Okay. Scientists revive zombie virus that was trapped for 48,500 years in the Arctic's permafrost. Zombie viruses that spent up to 48,500 years frozen in the ground could reawaken as the permafrost melts due to climate change, scientists warn. Noticeably warmer temperatures in the Arctic are already thawing the region's permafrost. Researchers are not trying to assess how big a risk the bacteria and viruses trapped inside might pose for humans. Okay, so basically it's bacteria that has accumulated in the Arctic's permafrost, which is, I'm guessing, a very intimate layer.
I get it. I
Yo, why?
I get it. They're saying your freezer got mold in it. I get it. I don't think it's that serious. I think they just gassing global
You think they're
warming.
gassing it?
Yeah.
They're warned it's likely that yet unknown viruses will be released as the permafrost thaws. How long these viruses could remain
How do
infectious-
they say it's unknown viruses when they're in the ice? Just go grab it and find out what it is. It's literally
Yo.
frozen in the ice. You can go grab it, put it in a cooler, go home and find out what it is. What do we got all these signs? They're just looking at the ice going, oh, look at that. Like,
Comments. Y'all scientists need to know when to stop.
right? Like, is
I
that the
swear this
comments?
story does the rounds at least once every 6 months.
That's it, right? Like, I caught it, right? Like, right
Somebody
there.
else said, put it back. Somebody else said, not this again, bro. Please come on, just freeze it back.
Yeah, and then
Freeze it back.
And then a lot of it, like, I feel like, it says unknown viruses and they're
Yeah.
saying they're bad. How do we know they're not good? Hey,
But
how do we know they're not good viruses?
By zombie virus, they mean a virus that has been dormant for thousands of years. Not that the virus turns people into zombies. These viruses can come back because of climate change, blah, 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 blah.
These viruses can come back with climate change only to survive if the climate is right enough for them to survive in
Somebody
it.
else commented, send it to a lab in China. Give it a little more punch.
People
Yo,
are way better.
people are-
That's what I'm saying. Nobody was falling for this. This was just like
People-
fear mongering of all the people and stuff, trying to scare them.
Oh, man.
All right, how many comments are you gonna keep reading? Scroll.
They're gonna go at, oh, this is why I'm not reading that comment. Okay.
Look at
Moving
you
on.
scrolling.
Yo, that comment was wild. I was about to say it. Like, a part of me still wants to say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, so basically
But
that's
yeah,
it.
That's it.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. It's the Brew Breath Podcast, episode number 6, and we're out.